What the fuck is up, guys? It's Tennis Ace. Took a little bit of a break from this one, but now we're back. Hi, it's the 0.39 update, if you couldn't tell from the that right there. Also, the font on the front is changed. Interesting. Also, you might notice that the main screen is the good one, because someone gave me a tip on how to get the good one back, and even though I had done the exact thing that they recommended and it didn't work, after they recommended it, it worked. Fuck me. Oh my god, what the fuck? Everything is all updated. Damn. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? No, it's got the right renderer. Who knows what the fuck? I like the updated UI. It's all groovy. For some reason, my brain has currently glitched out of existence way in the morning. I don't know what that means. I sit by my desk, staring at a neatly wrapped box I have on top of it. I was all giddy last week when I got it, feeling excited for today for today to finally arrive. Okay. But now that it has, I'm suddenly equal measures anxious and embarrassed. That's not how that's phrased. And maybe throw in a little bit of nauseous for good measure. I even had to jump through all sorts of hoops to get this thing in the first place. Why do I always have to start chickening out at the last second? It's so incredibly annoying. Crap, there goes my alarm. I really need to get going, otherwise I'm going to be late for being early to school. Oh, it's funny. Going down to the living room. What is this? What does this button do? Is it the log? Oh, it's the log. Hell yeah. Going down to the living room, I see Aki sitting by the couch, reading a textbook on his uniform. Already on his uniform. What? For some reason, he has a habit of getting ready for school super early and then staying at home instead of going there. When I tried asking him about it, he said his friends keep wanting to chat and don't let him concentrate when he arrives at school early. So he studies at home until just before he has to head out. That's diligence. It's also socially stupid. Sometimes I have trouble believing we are really related. Okay, let's do this shit.
You're up early again today. Morning.
Without even looking up from his book, he talks to me, his ears twitching ever so slightly to the sound of my footsteps. I already asked you not to do that.
Do what?
How can you even tell it's me instead of Mom coming down the stairs?
You're much heavier than her. Your footsteps sound way different. Besides, she's not even home.
Really? Did she head out early? I know she came home last night.
Yep. She left a note by the fridge saying she'd be home in time for dinner today. Which reminds me, did you even have breakfast? I know you were already up when I woke up since I found your fur in the bath, but you didn't come out of your room.
Okay, once again, how did you know it was my fur?
Because Mom doesn't leave her wet fur lying around in the bath, dummy.
I can't believe I'm getting lectured by a child. How many times has that exact sentiment been said in this game? In various words. Man. Again, see, even he knows again. I was distracted. I didn't notice there was any left.
Uh-huh. You never do.
Come on, it's not like I'm constantly walking around shedding fur all over the place.
But you still didn't answer my question. Since you didn't know Mom left, does that mean you didn't have breakfast?
I was worried about something and ended up not.
You can't go without eating.
It'll be fine. I'll just get a power bar on my way to school.
I really wish you wouldn't be so lax when it comes to this sort of thing.
This coming from the person that would starve if I wasn't around to make food for him all the time.
There's still some rice in the fridge. At least eat that.
Nah, I don't want to be late for class.
Up until a few weeks ago, you would almost always be actually late for class. I'm sure you can afford to arrive 40 minutes early instead of an hour.
Sorry, I can't really hear you. It's going through a tunnel and the connection... Oh. He's pretending he's on the phone, going through a tunnel and the connection is breaking up.
We're in the same room.
Bye-bye, Aki. See you later.
Bye-bye.
I watch my cute little brother waving at me from the couch before I walk out the door. Alright. Took me a little bit of running, but I managed to get here an hour early on the dot. Hey, I'm getting good at this whole being responsible thing again. I have to admit, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's also kind of rewarding in its own way. By which I mean that it's nice to nice not having a bunch of people breathing down my neck about my studies. Plus, while the school is surprisingly full of people for this early in the morning, it is still much calmer and emptier than regular times. Now I just need to find my target. He's probably going to be in his floor. Or at least I hope he is. If he's not there, then I have no idea where he could be. Man, I really need to get better at figuring out people's routines. Or just showing an interest in general. I got on Kase-Kay's case about him not knowing so little about his friends, but I think I'm probably guilty of the same. That's not a pleasant realization. Have I been a hypocrite all this time without even noticing? It's a scary thought. I just realized I don't know where the save button is. Is this it? Oh my lord, that's a drop-down menu. It looked like a pause screen. Look at all of this shit! Oh, that's so cool! And it looks so much better than the old one, I'm not gonna lie. I like the pink. I'm gonna stick with the pink. Or maybe... Nah, I like the pink. Fuck it. That's so nice. You did a great job updating this, man. Let's see. Where could he be? I know that's his class right over there, so he should be around here somewhere. I don't want to go into his class if I can avoid it. Not like there's something specifically wrong with... I don't know, Kase-Kay certainly acts like it sometimes. But even so, not many people do it, and it's bound to get a few heads turning my way. I'd rather keep a low profile, especially this early in the morning. But then again, there might not even be that many people inside. I'm going in circles with my thoughts now. Oh! While I'm peering around, I spot a familiar figure sitting on the floor and just beyond one of the wall columns, leaning his back against the wall and fiddling around with his phone. Bingo. I didn't take you for the type that comes to school early only to play on your phone. Kase-Kay flinches, looking up at me with wide eyes, not having noticed my arrival or approach. Either one, really. His phone nearly falls out of his hands as he makes big swipes through the air trying to grab it again. Okay, before I say anything as Kase-Kay, I want to point out something that was pointed out to me, not directly, but I noticed it. So, you remember the scene on Kase-Kay's route, which we are currently on, when he was singing? I made a comment about how it would have been nice if there were vocals there. Now, I was informed that there used to be vocals there, but they were removed, and I found out the reason why. Turns out it was Basket, the dev of this game, singing in that scene, but he hated how he sounded so bad that he removed it and made it an instrumental instead. He said that later down the line, it's not a high priority, but later down the line he intends to possibly get someone else to sing there. And during this, he kind of went off on Twitter about it. During that moment, he mentioned that Kase-Kay is a tenor. And I've been giving him a bass voice because I would have sworn to fuck that at some point it was said that he had a low voice. But apparently he doesn't. So I have a choice to make. Whether or not to change his voice to be a smooth high voice, which would match a tenor, or to just stick to my guns, since, I mean, if he opens it for auditions, I'll audition to sing the song in the voice that he wants, but, one, that's never gonna fucking happen. If he has even somewhat talented people auditioning in addition to my talentless ass, I'm not gonna get that position, but, yeah, I know Kase-Kay to be a bass at this point. And unless I get a message from Basket who's like, it's my artistic integrity, which he's not the kind of person to do that, I'll just stick to this voice for now. If you guys want me to change it, now that y'all know he apparently has a higher voice, tell me. I've changed voices in the past because of public outcry. No one has said anything about it thus far, so I don't imagine it's a huge issue. But there you go. Had to throw that out there before I say,
What, Benjamin?
what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Jeez, don't scare me like that. I was really focused on something else.
Slacking off already? Class hasn't even started yet, and you're already playing around.
Playing around. As if. I'm reading some online textbooks on my phone.
Textbooks? Midterms are over already, you know?
Just because they're over doesn't mean I can slack off. I'm not happy with the scores I got this time.
But how can you not be happy? You got a 93-point average. You scored better than me.
I don't think this should have to be said, but you do remember that the expectations placed on you are much different than the ones placed on me, right? Besides, Urata scored the same point average as me. There's no way I can be happy with that on mind.
You fucking petty bitch. Going by that logic, you should be upset because Saya also scored the same as you. All three of you scored 3 points above me on your averages.
No, I'm quite alright with Mizuguchi-san scoring the same as me. Urata's the only one I can't bow down to.
I just... Ugh! I feel like I did that pretty well. I didn't even... Do you two ever get tired of competing?
Does the wild fox ever pass on an easy meal?
Huh?
That means the answer is no, Benjamin.
Then why can't you just say that?
I see you're as to the point as ever.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Feels more like a subtle dig at me.
Well, I guess that's just how I am.
How have you been, by the way?
How have I been? We talked just yesterday, you know.
I know. But with you, that's always a valid question.
Fair enough. Considering my family situation and all that, things could always go wrong at the drop of a hat.
It's not what I meant by it, but sure, we'll go with that. Have things been going wrong on that front lately?
No. Which only makes it all the more concerning. It's like the calm before the storm.
Are you sure you're not looking too deep into it?
Not at all. If anything, I'm being way less cautious than I ought to be.
You know, when you say things like that, I can't help but worry a little bit. The hell kind of home life do you really have? Now, scratch that. I don't think I'm ready to open that Pandora's box just yet. Not knowing is still less scary than the possibility of knowing. I am weak. I see. I'm really sorry about that.
It's nothing you can do anything about. It's just a thing. Not worth worrying about.
I don't think I can agree with that as a matter of principle, but fine. I'll let it be for now, since I already have an agenda.
An agenda?
Yep, there was something I wanted to talk to you about.
Sure. What do you have in mind?
Fuck! What do you need? I wouldn't say it's something I need.
Okay, then what do you want?
I wouldn't say it's something I want either.
Benjamin, spit it out, alright? Don't make me slap it out of you.
Alright. Jeez, you have no patience.
You were saying?
Just a sec. I open my bag, make a show of pretending to look for something missing inside of it. Kase-Kay looks at me with curiosity, waiting patiently for me to have my little dramatic moment. Let it never be said that I don't have a penchant for showmanship. Here you go! Happy birthday! Aww, we remembered in this one. I finally grabbed the neat little box I'd been carrying around, wrapped with a purple and gold striped pattern.
What? This is for me?
I did just present it to you and said happy birthday. Considering that today is your birthday and all, I guess the only logical conclusion is that this must be a present for Shuichi.
Alright, fair. I had that coming for asking a stupid question. Still, I'm surprised you remembered. Or that you would even know about it. We weren't really friends yet last year when my birthday rolled around.
I know, but no, we are, well, more, it felt fitting that I should get you something.
I guess that makes sense. Still, I'm surprised, I have to admit.
I'm not gonna make a show of refusing it just so I can insist you take the present.
Of course not. I am truly thankful for this.
Aw. I can't tease you if you're not going to get all flustered and red and stuff.
I'm not the type to be any of those things, and you know it. Besides, it's you that's giving it to me. How could I even refuse?
Aw, that's a surprisingly sweet and meaningful thing coming from him.
Should I open it now?
Only if you want to.
No pressure. What, you give me a wrapped gift in a public place and then have the gall to tell me no pressure? But I didn't. I know. I'm just kidding.
The hair undoes the string. Trying the wrap closed. Oh my god, the strong trying the wrap closed without damaging any of the packaging. He's a lot more dexterous with his hands than he seems, I'll give him that.
What? No way.
Oh my god, it's a fucking old-style microphone straight off of Johnny Carson's desk. I hope it's a good one. I don't know anything about this sort of thing, so I did some asking around and some research of my own before settling on this one. What he pulls out of the box is a vintage-styled microphone that I spent the past week looking for online and in music stores in the area. Although, to be honest, I wasn't looking for that exact model in particular, just one that was both good and that looked good. Being completely clueless in the subject and getting overwhelmed with all the stuff I came across while researching, I did end up heading to Kiyoshi's store to try to ask for his help. He was surprisingly milder without Kei-kun around, very prompt and informative, didn't talk circles around me or try to annoy me. He's actually a really good salesman when he's actually doing his job, I have to say.
This is amazing.
It's from one of the best brands on the market, and it's a very popular model too. Especially great for live performances. That's what I was told. I will admit I had to ask Kiyoshi-san for help with this, since I couldn't make heads or tails of it. He was surprisingly helpful.
Kiyoshi-san is pretty knowledgeable about musical instruments and the likes, so I don't doubt it for a second. A lot of what I know right now is stuff he taught. Although, I had to do a fair bit of research on my own after I became the manager of the band, so I could make sure their needs were being properly met. That's how I know that this is a great microphone.
Yeah, I know you had already bought a mic for yourself. Kiyoshi-san mentioned that the one you got from him was already good, but that after hearing you sing in a concert, this one was better suited for your voice.
That's a fair point. While there are lots of really good models, you can't just make a blanket statement that they'll work for everyone. Different mics have different frequency responses, meaning they'll work well for different voices.
At the end, he gave me a recommendation for 2 different mics. I ended up going with this one because I thought the style would be more up your alley.
Oh yes, it's very vintage. I really like it. It's gorgeous. Still, even if he turned out to be helpful, I'm surprised you'd willingly subject yourself to Kiyoshi just for the sake of getting me a present.
You better be thankful or it wasn't a big deal. I don't know. Let's see what. I feel like you better be thankful is kind of a rib. It's a joke. Don't know how it'll go, but let's try it. Goddamn right, you better be thankful after all the trouble I went to. I was so scared.
My God, you're such a dork.
What, me? A dork? How dare you? I do something nice for you and you don't insult me. What a horrible, horrible man you are.
Settle down on the drama there, mister. You're playing this out a little too hard.
Sorry, I guess I got a little overexcited.
No, I can hardly even believe it.
Just remember that I can and will put you in a chokehold if you annoy me too much.
Sorry, not buying that. I'm calling your bluff. At least I tried. Still, thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me.
Okay, that seemed to go really well, so let's see what... It's alright. It wasn't really a hard choice to make. I mean, the guy is kind of overwhelming at times, but he's not all too bad. Kind of like an annoying uncle. Wasn't a big deal at the end of the day.
I disagree very strongly with that. Just having you go to the trouble of looking for something for me is already really flattering.
It's your birthday. How could I not?
Honestly, I think you underestimate how much importance people put into birthdays. My family was always the type to throw lavish parties to celebrate my birthdays, which I mean they would use it as an opportunity to show off. Do you have any idea how weird it is to feel like an afterthought in your own birthday party? Ouch, I don't even know what to say. Right. It's the appropriate response to have. Either way, considering just how much of a fuss they make every year, I've grown to not care too much about my birthday.
Okay, so this is depressing. So I'm going to go with the first one, but I'm going to play this out a little.
It's never really a good time for me, so I've never been one to care much about it.
I'm really sorry. I didn't think... I mean, I did think, but I didn't know. Not that I didn't know, but...
Benjamin, calm down. Please don't take this to mean that I'm upset or that I don't like the gesture. I appreciate this so much. I really do. It's a wonderful gesture that you've made, which is why I told you what I did. I meant to say that since my birthday was never one to bring me happy memories, having you do this is a big deal for me, even if it isn't for you.
I see. Well, I'm glad you like it then.
I really do. Thank you so much, Benjamin.
At least you did that. Okay. So that's where it plays out. I'm curious now if they have that much of a heart-to-heart. And how much this means to me. I don't, then how about you give me an idea?
What? You want me to inflate your ego now? That's so like you.
I'm not sure whether I should play along with that or be legitimately offended. But for the sake of satisfying your curiosity, it obviously means a lot. My birthday has never been a very pleasant time of year, and I didn't expect anyone to ever get me something. It makes me happy. Aw, look at you being so honest. That's adorable.
What are you talking about? I'm always honest. Hell, I've been called blunt and harsh before.
I mean, those are all true. Yeah, I just wanted to tease you a little bit. I'm gonna roll with the punches, damn it. At least... Oh! Okay, so that's weird. So in this one, it looks good but ends kind of badly. And in the second one, it looks like it starts badly but ends really good. So I'm going to go with the second one, actually. Oh, twists and turns, bitch. Because, yeah, I mean, it looks really bad at the beginning, but it turns into something really good. And that's something I've learned with this route in particular, is that it really goes into like the psychology of the characters, and it almost never is obvious unless you're like always thinking about that. Because like the choices for the date on the surface level seemed obvious, but when you actually, like, when I asked Basket about it and he told me the line of thinking behind the choices, I was like, oh, that makes so much more fucking sense. And he's like, yeah, no shit, I'm the fucking writer. He was like, yeah, I fucking think about this shit before I write it. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And I think a superficial laugh versus a kind of heart-to-heart moment wins. So that's for me. There you are, says someone. Oh, it's okay. A certain bunny hops toward us. Am I allowed to say that? Smiling from ear to ear as she does so. Kei-kun, happy birthday!
Oh, thank you, Mizuguchi-san.
Hmm? Saya looks at me, finally seeming to notice that I've been here the whole time. Benjamin-kun, what are you doing here this early in the morning? That's really rude of you to interrupt conversation out of nowhere and then ask me that. Besides, I've been coming to school early for at least a week now. Really? I didn't notice at all. I never imagined you'd be be doing that sort of thing again. Once again, it's a really rude thing to say.
You say that, but you just said you've been coming to school early for at least a week. That doesn't exactly inspire confidence. What's wrong with that? You get offended that she didn't about it. But you don't even seem to know how long you've been doing it for yourself. Shut up, okay? The days have started blending together. I don't really know the exact amount off the top of my head. Really? After only a week? Are you just gonna be making fun of me now? I am. And I am if you're gonna make it this easy. Ooh, okay, Kun, you're really sharp today. Fuck you. There's no winning with these people. If I'm lazy and don't come to school early, I get made fun of. If I try to be responsible and come to school early, I get made fun of. The hell am I supposed to do with you then? I'll just keep my mouth shut at all times. How about that? Oh, don't be like that. We're just having a bit of innocent fun. Speaking about fun, I came over to talk about it. That's a strange way to change subjects, but alright. What do you mean, Mizuguchi-san? I thought we should get together and talk about our plans for your birthday. Plans? Yeah, I was sitting at home yesterday when it suddenly hit me. We should all get together and do something to celebrate. I mean, it's your 18th birthday. What? That kind of special occasion only comes once in a lifetime. Not to be pedantic, but all birthdays only come once in a lifetime. Boo! You know what I mean. I do. And I'm not really sure about it. It's not a big deal. It's just a day like any other. See, this is fun, because this is actually a conversation we know happened in other routes, but we're actually here for it. I like concurrent themes. I disagree. I actually like Saya's idea. If there's a way we can celebrate your day, then I want to be a part of it. You already gave me a gift. You don't have to do anything else from... Oh, is that what this box is? Is that Benjamin Kuhn's gift? What was it? What was it? Huh? I got him a new microphone. You know, since he sings and all. Oh, that sounds like a really good one. Nice job, Benjamin Kuhn. Thanks. I feel like you two are kind of losing track of our conversation here. Right. So, anyway, birthday plans. Yes, you celebrate. Are you free today? Not really. Do you already have plans with your family or something? My family has plans. I have problems. That is the understatement of the century, brother. What do you mean? That doesn't sound good at all. Is it the party thing you mentioned earlier? Party thing? Exactly. Just another excuse for my family to show off, I'm afraid. See, that's good, because now we had that moment to talk about it beforehand. We wouldn't have had the other one. What do you mean? Well, they have this really annoying habit of throwing lavish gala parties to celebrate me. In reality, it's more of a way of showing off how much money they have to throw away, as well as parade me around and show the company has an air. Something about giving a sense of stability for potential investors if they're constantly reminding the world that there is a clear line of succession. I don't even know. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that sounds completely awful. I wouldn't want to be paraded around like some kind of product either. You hit the nail on the head, Mizuguchi-san. That's a real shame, though. I hadn't even thought of all of us getting together to celebrate, but now that Saya-chan brought it up, I got really excited for a second. Why? I already told you guys it isn't a big deal. It's just a regular day. There's nothing different compared to, say, yesterday. Maybe, but I still liked having an excuse to spend more time with you and celebrating you. Keisuke's eyes go wide, his pristine white fur being tinted lightly red. Even Saya's like, the gay! Wow. Saya-chan looks at the two of us, her eyes nearly as wide as Keisuke's were, a hint of a smile slowly showing itself on her face. What? Look at fucking... Look at Keisuke all smiley eyes looking away. Fuck. What? Do I detect a bit of a romantic mood between the two of you? My brain comes to the sudden screeching halt, and I choke audibly as my face turns red in record-breaking time. I hadn't even thought of potential implications when I said that. I just
said what came to mind without thinking twice about it. Holy crap, now that I think about it, it was really a really weird thing for me to be saying in public like this.
You sure would love it if that were the case, wouldn't you, you dirty fujoshi?
Oh my god. Hey, don't call me dirty. Oh,
Is Keikun playing it off right now?
smart. That's really smart, Keikun. Gotta act like what she said didn't even register as weird. So long as she can't tell that she's right, she's bound to let it go. Quick, Benjamin, play along with Kase-Kay. Or what should I say? What do you mean by that, Keikun?
Don't you know? Mizuguchi-san literally is a fujoshi. She has piles and piles of BL manga in her room.
Huh? Keikun, shush! What are you doing letting Benjamin-kun know about that?
Whoa. Back up a second here.
I've been to your room tons of times. I've never in my life seen a BL manga in there.
She has a wooden trunk under her bed that she hides them in.
Keikun, stop telling him this stuff.
Oh, I seem to remember you telling me it isn't a big deal when you first told me about it. Was that a lie?
Not a lie per se, more like an exaggeration.
Either way, if you're going to try making jokes at other people's expense, you should be prepared to have it turned back onto you.
That's so unfair. What I did and what you did don't even line up in terms of severity.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the sudden revelation here. Saya-chan, I never knew you were like that.
What the hell's that supposed to mean? Oh, Keisuke has the glint in his eyes that he has sometimes when he's having way too much fun teasing someone. Part of me feels like I should stop him before he totally fry Saya-chan's brain.
The other part is afraid of being caught in the crossfire.
You were part of the reason I ended up having to leave the manga club. Consider this comeuppance. How's that one my fault? Yeah, didn't you say you left because they wanted you to cosplay as a BL character for the school festival?
Who do you think gave them the idea?
Wait, for real? But she's not in the manga club, is she? I'm good friends with the club's president. She let me know. She let me show up and give suggestions on occasion. Seriously? Just how wide of a social circle do you have? I don't even know all of your friends.
And just to clarify, I didn't leave the club specifically because they wanted me to cosplay as a character from a BL game in general. I left because the character in question happens to be one of Mizuguchi-san's favorite characters. And she was looking at me real weird when she gave the suggestion. I swear she was drooling a bit. I didn't want to have to deal with her looming over me all week if I did it.
Keikun, stop! Stop embarrassing me!
Yeah, John. I feel like I don't even really know you anymore.
Seriously, what the hell does that even mean? Stop looking at me like I'm a weirdo!
At the end of the day, we became so distracted that we kept drifting further and further away from the initial subject of conversation. By the time the bell rang for the start of class, we realized we'd made no progress whatsoever and ended up deciding to get together during lunch to make plans with everyone else. Fuck. I still get surprised with how easy it is to lose track of time whenever there's more than two of us together at once. A few hours later, my body is feeling all sluggish from sitting around all day. Paying attention in class feels really weird. I end the day feeling mentally exhausted, even though I didn't do anything, while my body is just screaming about wanting to move around. Practice is going to feel like a blessing. At least I'll get the chance to shut my brain down for a little while. Also, thankfully, we managed to get some plans to celebrate after all. Although Keisuke wouldn't be available today, we decided to go out during the weekend to celebrate. Saya-chan was really pushy and dismissive about how she hated all of our ideas, but in the end, she was outvoted 3-1. Because of that, she ended up sulking around that our plans were too simple and not special enough. Meanwhile, all the birthday boy wanted was for us to all get together, watch a movie, and then grab a bite to eat. I can roll with something easy like that. Easy, simple, fun, relaxing. That's not to like. Besides,
it's what would make Kase-Kay happy. I already feel inclined to go along with it. I'm gonna pretend I never thought of that. Oh, right, I was nearly forgetting something. I did tell Saya-chan I'd do this. Gotta shoot Jun a message to let him know about all this. Since he's still out sick, we didn't get to involve him in our discussion about making plans, but hopefully he'll still be able to come. Fingers crossed that he's feeling well enough by Sunday to show up. Yeah, fingers crossed. That update's coming soon, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it, man. He's been home sick for a full week now. Surely he can't be doing too badly, right? Oh, no. I really want to ask about it, but I can't. We've barely even talked since last week, other than the one time when he texted me to let me know he'd be home for a few days. Should I just be casual and ask how he's doing? I'm even allowed to do that. I mean, I do have the perfect excuse. I'm already messaging him to let him know about our plans for Keisuke's birthday. It should be fine. Yeah, I'll just do that. There, message sent. Okay, am I seriously gonna just sit around and wait for him to respond? Even I know I have more important things to take care of. The hell am I doing? Really need to get going for now. Saya-chan will have my head if I show up till practice late, especially after I nagged her about acting surprised over me showing up to school early. And again, she's probably always just looking for an excuse to chew me out. I wouldn't doubt it if it were a pastime of hers at this point. Sometime later. The sound of the ball whistling through the ear, knocking against the plastic bottle on the other sound of the court is pure satisfaction. Just seeing it finally hit the damn thing makes me pump my fist in the air out of reflex. Yeah, this is a universal gesture. It means honk your horn. You know, it took me 5 times to hit it this time. Woo, that was a pretty good serve. Thanks. It only took me 5 tries to hit the bottle too. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Why are you saying that with such a sour look on your face? Am I sour? You sure seem like it. What is it this time? Gonna guilt trip me about how I'm so carefree with my practice that while you're too busy chasing down lazy freshmen or something? Why would you think I'd be doing that? That's awful. Because that's the kind of thing you do. Hell, you got on my case about helping you out more just last week. If it's such a regular thing then that you have to anticipate it, then I really wish you'd do something about it. See? Here we are. You're on my case again. That's not what I came here for. You're the one who brought it up. Besides, the only truant I have to deal with on a regular basis is you. Hey. Don't dish it out if you can't take it, sweetie. I grumble unhappily, shaking my head and fighting out the urge to flip her a dirty gesture. All right. Do you need something, or were you just passing by to comment on my serve? Well, there was this one tiny thing. I knew it. There's always a thing. Yeah, what is it? Coach wanted me to ask you to go show the rookies your serve technique. Couldn't he have asked me that himself? He said if he tried talking to you to ask for something, you'd tune him out before he would even open his mouth. Huh? He's not wrong. No, he's not wrong at all, actually. I'm just surprised that he somehow managed to figure it out. Only took him over 2 years to get the hint. I really don't understand why you have such an attitude with him. He's not that bad. He's really good, actually. He's even lazier than I am. He's not lazy. He just tends to give players more space. He only steps in when necessary. Plus, he did try to give you directions from the very start. You just tune out everyone as soon as people start saying things you don't want to hear. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I wasn't paying attention. There it is! This is what I'm talking about! Relax. I'm just pulling your leg. I heard what you said. Did you really? I somehow have trouble believing it. Woman of little faith. I really wish people would stop looking down on me so much. Yeah, I know I haven't been exactly giving them reasons to be confident, but still. Come on. I promise it was just a joke. Please don't look at me like you don't believe in me at all. Uh-huh. All right. I'm sorry, okay? Stop looking so disappointed in me. I'll come help you. Just stop looking at me like that, please. Benjamin Coon acquired. You're lucky I love you. You guys just want me to show them my serving technique, right? I'm not sure. Coach might ask you to give them a few pointers here and there, too. Why does it seem like the goalposts just keep moving every time I get asked to do stuff for people? So I just have to show off my serve and give them pointers, right? Well, he might ask you to stick around and correct them, too. Just ask me for everything you want all at once. That's everything, I promise. It better be. I don't have the patience to have to keep pulling this stuff out of you. It's not like you have any room to complain. This is literally your job as my vice captain. That's not the agreement we made when you made me take this position. I know, but come on, it's what's expected. Is that so? Yeah, of course. All right, then I quit. I'm kidding. Please don't quit. Something tells me that if I went along with it, it suddenly wouldn't have been just kidding anymore. Give me a break. All I want to do is be able to practice by myself in peace. You know that. It wouldn't hurt for you to socialize a little bit more. You don't have to be so selfish about your practice. I'm not being selfish. I'm being responsible. You know how responsible this stuff is. I'm already having mixed results while working this hard. Do you think I can afford to slack off? Not wanting to be a downer, but you were already slacking off. Okay, point. But I'm not slacking off now. This isn't fun and games. I have to be serious about it. But what's the point of doing it if it's not fun? Huh? That's not something I ever expected to hear from you, of all people. You know how important the time we're at right now is. We don't have time to be playing around. You're the last person who gets to say that to me. And besides, who says you can't have fun while being serious? What? Are you telling me you play tennis just for fun? Not just for fun, but it's still fun. I wouldn't play it if I didn't like it. I like it just because I like it because I have fun when I'm playing. I have fun when I'm playing because I'm good enough at it to have fun. I can't wrap my head around it. It just sounds like a huge contradiction. It makes no sense in my head. No, not only that, something about me really rubs me the wrong way. You're rubbing yourself now. You knew that already. Something in my head just wants to reject this idea with every fiber of my body. What's wrong? Why are you looking like that? Just forget it. Let's just get this damn thing done so I can get back to my practice. Wow, he is mad. He is not a happy camper. Right. Just try not to look like that in front of the rookies. You might scare them off. Take a few deep breaths, massaging my cheeks and the other muscles on my face to try to get them to ease up a bit. Jeez, why did I get tense all of a sudden? It's your dad! It's your dad! It's your fucking dad! This should be better. It's good enough. Come on. Sai-chan grabs me by the wrist, pulling me along to the other side of the building where Coach is talking directly to the group of 5 or so rookies. Since I usually like to practice on my own without being disturbed, I tend to always use one of the courts by the corners of the building, making the walk just a tad bit longer. Just then, the sound of a long, drawn-out sigh nearby catches my attention. I turn my head to look for it. I see Kase-Kay on one of the courts, shooting a few serves in quick succession. And for some reason, he's making a lot more fouls than usual. Kase-Kay barely ever fouls during his serve, so just seeing him foul 3 times in a row, followed by a groan, is enough to make me frown. That's odd. Sai-chan seems to have noticed it as well, coming to a momentary stop before stealing an obvious glance in Kase-Kay's direction. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. His accuracy and technique are some of his specialties. Seeing him make so many mistakes like this isn't normal. She nods, giving her gaze lingering on Kase-Kay for a few moments more before she shakes her head, tugging on my wrist once again. I'm sure he's probably just a bit stressed right now. He'll get it right once he calms down a little. I don't want to say that that's untrue, because, yeah, Keisuke's temper and how easily he's thrown off his game is definitely one of his most glaring weaknesses. But at the same time... Check on our boy. Check on our boy. Check on our boy. I pull my wrist away from Saya-chan's grasp, which proves to be easy enough since she's not really clutching onto me. Saya-chan, can you give me a second? Huh? I want to check in on Kase-Kay. It's really weird for him to be missing like that, and I want to make sure he's doing alright. That's weird. You don't usually show any interest in other people's practice at all. That's not true. Oh yeah, quick, what's the first thing I get to work on after I finish warming up for practice? What? How am I even supposed to know that? Because I've been doing the exact same thing for 5 years now. I do cons dash intervals for 15 minutes to work on my stamina. You do? I think you just had a naturally high stamina. I do have good stamina, but that doesn't mean I don't still train it, you blockhead. Wow, I never knew that. I mean, ever since we were kids, Saya-chan was always someone who could do a full day of practice and then run circles around me while I sat down trying to catch my breath. Never even stopped to consider that she would willingly work on improving her stamina. Which, now that I think about it, is such a stupid thing for me to even think. I feel stupid. You should! Okay, fine. Maybe I don't pay as much attention to other people's training as I should. That doesn't mean I can't still want to help Kase-Kay now. I didn't say that you couldn't. I just said that it's weird. Besides, can't you do that later? Coach is waiting for us right now. The rookies can't really keep practicing until you help them. I take another good look at Kei-kun. You can't really see his face from here because his back is turned to us, but I don't really know why, but his body language is screaming stress to me right now. I wonder, when did I become so good at picking up on these kinds of things with him? Sorry, John. This won't take long, I promise. But... Get the fuck out of here, bitch. It's time for the boy. I carefully approach Kase-Kay, not wanting to spook him when he's already stressed out and absorbed in something else. God knows I don't need a reflexive whack to the head from a tennis racket right now. Hey there. Keisuke turns his head towards me, his eyes dipping low for a second before a spark of recognition goes through his face. Harrison-senpai. Whoa! Harrison-senpai? Jesus. Every time Keisuke calls me this way, it makes my skin crawl a little bit. I've never been fond of overly stuffy titles and stuff like that, so having people going around calling me senpai isn't exactly something I enjoy. But he always insists that he show respect for his seniors whenever we're at the club. Blech. I have to bite my tongue every single time this happens. I've had over a year to get used to it, and I still never have. If it's at all possible, now that we're dating, it just feels even worse. You doing okay there? You looked like you were struggling a bit. Yeah, I guess I'm a bit distracted. My head's just not in it today. How come? This isn't like you. I'm allowed to have an off day once in a while. I didn't say you weren't. I just said I wouldn't like you. Fair enough. I'm just struggling with something band-related. The band? Yeah. Ichigo-san asked me to compose a new song for them to perform during that competition they're taking part in. But I'm drawing a serious blank on it. How come? Did you say before that you had lots of songs you were working on? I did. I tried showing them a few demos I'd recorded. They shot them all down. Whoa, that's harsh. How come? Said they weren't genuine enough. That's rich, coming from people who wouldn't even have original songs if it weren't for him. They all kept saying that the previous song was good because the lyrics felt genuine and emotional, and that the new demos are just whatever. How about you tell them to fuck off? I have a little more tact than that, you know. They're being assholes, though. They can take a hike. I wonder about that. What? You just gonna go along with it? It's not like arguing about it will change anything. The demos will still be rejected. When you put it that way, I just have to figure something out. Why don't you just put that aside and focus on tennis for now? Oh gee, what a simple solution. I wonder why I didn't think of that. I'm not the one you're angry at. Don't sass me. You don't think I'm trying to put it aside? Come on, if it were that simple, I'd have done it already. Don't really have any words to argue at that point. I feel like I should do something about it, but I don't know what. I look toward the direction Saya-chan and the others had been in. My eyes immediately meet with coaches who were staring right at me while talking to the rookies. At least none of the other members are looking in my direction, but sheesh, I just felt a shiver run down my spine. Sorry, Saya-chan, I think I'll have to postpone helping you guys like you asked. How about I help you out? Want to practice with me? Really? You don't usually offer yourself. Most of the time I have to chase you down. I know. Maybe if I help you out, you'll be able to focus better. I'm not so sure about that, but I do appreciate the offer. I guess I'll take you up on it if it's truly alright. Of course it is! I wouldn't be offering it if it wasn't. Thank you, Harrison-senpai. Please, stop calling me that! No can do. Sorry. Fine. I'll just go to the other side of the net. Just let's practice some rallies for a bit. Fuck you, coach! I ain't doing shit! Oh, that's funny. I think I overdid it today. Keikuun kept insisting that we play one more game, and it seemed to keep dragging forever. Soles on my feet are killing me right now. Take up my shirt, making sure to stand a little bit away from the other members at a corner, keeping my back turned to everyone else. I don't want to see any naked guys around here, now more than ever. Grabbing my towel, I wipe the excess ew from my chest, neck, forehead, and any other areas that might be problematic. Make sure to rub myself with some deodorizing oil I bought specifically for my fur. Both keeps me from smelling ripe on my way home, as well as helping to keep the skin underneath from drying out due to my overly puffy fur. Take a quick ew of my shirt, wanting to check just how bad it is right now. Gross. I'm soaking wet, too. A sigh echoes from behind me, and that's when I turn around. I see Kase-Kay dropping his bag right next to me. Ah, you can stand again. Of course I can. And by the way, leaving me all by myself lying on the floor was just cruel. Sorry. It's fine. Today was a learning experience. You know, you're being a lot more mellow than usual. How so? I mean, you don't really seem like the same guy who punched a locker in front of me a couple of months ago because you lost a bunch. I guess. I'm just not as worried about it as I thought I'd be. Which is why I'm saying you seem different. Different, huh? Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Wow, okay. While musing to himself and without a word of warning, Keisuke starts undressing himself as if it were nothing. Because to him it is. My eyes go wide and I freeze. And the time it takes me to look away, he's already pulling his shorts down, giving me a look of his underwear. Holy shit, man. Let me know when you're going to pull something like that. Something like what? I don't even like how in the little corner, which, by the way, the little slide in, it's a little slow and a little awkward, but hey, it's different. I like it. Without looking in his direction, I merely point my finger towards him. Oh, you mean my clothes? I nod, feeling my face burning incredibly hot. I already had trouble dealing with nudity before, and now not only do I know I apparently like guys, but the one I'm seeing starts getting naked in front of me. The hell am I supposed to do with that? I don't know how you be so nonchalant with this stuff. Because it's not a big deal. Come on, you're an athlete. Undressing yourself in the locker room is normal. Not to mention the fact that nudity isn't even that big of a deal in Japan. Have you never been to a public bath? You've asked me that before. I told you I don't like them. Not liking them is one thing. Doesn't mean you've never been to one. Come on, not even once. When I was very little, my dad took me to one once. That was the only time. Oh, well, that's hard to believe. Even I've been to them several times. I don't know what to tell you. Are you dressed yet? No, not yet. I won't be around for long, though. I shower after practice, remember? Still, it's very cute how you get so embarrassed with this stuff. Shut up! I can't help but be conscious of it. There's no way I'd be able to handle it. I have to shower after practice. Otherwise, I feel all sweaty and gross. Plus, I refuse to go home smelling bad.
Yeah, I know that. You and I are just very different people. Nudity is too embarrassing for me.
I wonder how long that's gonna last for.
What is that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna go shower now. I'll text you later.
Okay. Sound of footsteps walking away from me is nearly deafened by my own pounding heartbeat. Still, I'm aware that Keisuke is no longer around for the moment. After a little more hesitation, I put my shirt back on and walk out of the building. Oh, there's multiple days in this update. I can tell by the way the thing is glitching to shit. On the next episode, we will be crapping 6 times, apparently. Go ahead and save. Jesus Christ. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I have been the trained unprofessional, and you're not. Bye!